Internet Historian. Tak, pojďme se podívat na video. Zóna mezi areou 50 a 52. A classic od mistra Internet Historiana. Muž, který nám dropnul covid videa. Video o lodi, který je top kek. Další covid. Redemption No Man's Sky. Masterpiece video. Fall of 76. Absolutní masterpiece. Fallout 76. A samozřejmě nesmíme zapomenout na takové klasiky jako Fire Festival, Apokalypsa roku 2000 a Rainforest, největší fury festival v Americe. A teďko má nový skoro 40-minutový video o Are 51. Well. Jaký jsou titulky? Automatický? No jo. Toto video je legal fair use, jasný. Following je satira. Journalistic in nature. Public record, special care, cenzurování obličejů, jménů, specifických lokací. Jasný. Endorsement, invitation, condoning, harassment. Jasný.
Aliens. They exist.
Mega lul.
And what's more, they're here and they've been walking among us for millions of years. Just look up at the night sky. Each one of those lights is probably an alien.
Definitivně.
And the police show up. Coincidence? Break into the CIA, just looking for clues. They put you on a no-fly list. Coincidence? There are no coincidences, only truth bombs, and the government is holding the fuse, locked up tight in Area 51.
Area 51 má všechny odpovědi.
And so our story begins with one man. Joseph Expedience.
Prosím, ne. Ne, neříkej mi, že to vyloženě začíná Joe Roganem. Ty vole, Joe Rogan a mimozemšťani. Ty vole, Maynard. Po 13 letech vydáváme nový Tool album. Teď bych si o něm rád promluvil, což nikdy nedělám. Jo, to je crazy, Maynarde, ale víš, že borci se snažili dostat do Area 51 a viděl jsem mimozemšťany, když jsem si dal DMT. Nechceš si se mnou dát DMT? Jo, Jamie, půlně na plátno. Pitvu z Area 51.
On June 21st of the solar year 2019, Joe spoke to a whistleblower. Right. Bob Lazard. Now, Bob claims to have worked at the Area 51. And so, Joe summoned him to his sensory deprivation satellite, where he could ask him probing questions about that government facility.
Machine that was able to read the size of your dicks.
Yeah. Huge.
View for yourself this incredible test.
Co ti jebe, on si prostě pozve borce z Area 51, prostě mašina na určení délky tvých penisů. Ty piča, to jebu. Klasický Joe Rogan.
You used to work at Area 51. When did things get weird?
Well, the way this went down was I only got hands-on with one of them, and I was fucking an alien. It produced a little discharge from the bottom. It was exciting. You know, we turned the lights on, and all these guys were there.
Trailer na Avatara 2 před Doktorem Strangem.
We have, you know, actual hardware from another civilization. It's a big...
Live in a house? That's bullshit. I like just swinging around on trees.
Absolutely.
We are the sex organs of the machine world. But for people who don't know, let's give them the bullet points. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
You don't seem to have any muscle.
You know,
almost like a frame. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, the disc, the flying saucer that I worked on. I saw it sitting there, and I thought, oh, my God.
Hey, Bob, it's probably a good idea if you shut up. I worked underground with the aliens. They shot my hand off. They're underground. There's bases. They're shooting lasers through the Earth's crust, and they move them at light speed.
You big fucking... What?
I'm not even doing anything.
Drop dead.
Hey, why don't you come on out to the Nevada desert?
Deal.
The fuck out. All right.
Ty víš, že ten edit je godlike.
That's it, folks. Good night.
These revelations were sent out
Píčo,
all
tak
over
tohle je
the
god
globe
tier.
using beams.
Absolutely
And
free.
it started an incredible awakening.
Přes Maskův satelit
Inseminating the people's brains
od Spotify.
knowledge,
Who killed JFK?
flooring them with the revelation of it all.
An orangutan with a spear.
And soon they were
Teďko, borce zasáhne laser a uvědomí si, že opice prostě chápou koncept peněz, protože na nich testovali prostituci a měnu.
bursting with righteous curiosity.
Bigfoot is a human-animal hybrid.
All right, here's the Google searches for Area 51. That big spike there, that's when Joe Rogan put out his podcast. You get the idea. And you see, it reached the right man at just the right time. A 21-year-old named Matthew Roberts.
Skvělý. Slayer kšiltovka, co
He
by
had
se
heard
mohlo
about
posrat.
aliens in Area 51 before, and he believed. He wanted to see them, real bad. But what could he do? How could he possibly get into Area 51 to check him out?
Think.
Scenario 1. If I ran into
Oh
Area
my
51,
god. Co to slyším za nadpozemský banger na pozadí?
I would be shot and killed. Scenario 2. If me and all of my friends ran in, we'd both be killed. But scenario 3. If there were so many of us, thousands, so much
Jak
fodder
serou s tím Mass
that
Effect,
we
já to nebudu
ran
znovu
out
hrát
of
celý ten
bullets,
stream.
then someone surely is gonna get through and touch the government in its special area. My God. Within minutes, he was drafting a Facebook post. They can't stop all of us.
Willing to die for the government. Let's do this.
On September 20th, 2019, we'll all meet up at the Area 51 Alien Central Tourist Attraction and coordinate our entry. If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens. This event then goes into the...
Kolik tam bylo přihlášených lidí?
And from
Pár
here,
milionů? Kolik
it
jich
was up
dorazilo
to the
doopravdy?
Facebook
50?
algorithm gods to decide what would happen next.
There's a lot here to be excited about. I think this could be very positive for our society and economy.
People from all across the flat world were receiving the invite, and they began pressing the attending button.
Why are we still here?
Within just a couple of days, the event had picked up hundreds of thousands of attendees. People loved the idea so much, they began making memes about how they were going to raid the base. So many I can barely show you a fraction of them, rapid firing them out like the bullets that would soon be
American
gunning them
Psycho
down.
meme, klasický.
And so the event spread, and spread around the internet, eventually morphing into
Everyone who is something is going to raid Area 51.
Young people from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future.
Nigel, a runner.
No, ten život před covidem byl tak bezstarostný. Prostě tak bezstarostný a klidný.
Null pointer, runner.
Stevens, agent.
Simon, a runner.
Freeman, 713. I am a sentinel.
Ty premiéra Matrixu.
Are you? We have the ships. We have the weapons.
Time to put his gun down!
We need soldiers. We need you all.
And just like that, the game was on. Airtime. Here's the new campaign. You're gonna love it.
Čet, z jakého filmu je tadyhle ten záběr? Pitlíků, co tam lítá.
I live.
Kdo mi to
I
řekne
laugh.
první?
I gnawed. Gnawed on every device like a blank canvas.
Dobré, Doranken Fox to napsal docela rychle, já mu dám sabo.
Jan, a man of fortune.
Will you break these chains?
But wherever I go, there you are.
NordVPN.com/Internet Historian.
No thanks. Look, I just
Yeah, there's just an idea. I know what you want. You want the female audience, and I know women. Good morrow to you, my ladies. Have you heard about NordVPN? You should get access to the international Netflix catalog. Never miss another episode of The Handsome Man Show.
Oh
don't you hate it when the dishwasher gets region locked? No more. Oh, I feel so safe in NordVPN's big, strong arms, especially with their new product, Threat Protection. It protects me from malicious sites and downloads and trackers and intrusive ads. So think pink. Think NordVPN.com.
Udělá reklamu pro ženy a dá tam, že mají region locknutou část kuchyně.
VPN stands for vagina.
I think we've heard enough.
Fine. All right, I'll do the ads you like. Get Nord. You could use some threat protection. Take your online safety more seriously. Have you heard about their amazing prices? NordVPN.com/Internet Historian. Tell them who sent ya. Ad over. Welcome to the mission brief. Let's do a bit of background on Area 51. Secret military base, first developed in 1955. This is what it looks like on Google Maps. It's approximately this big. Total area size, 51. And the volume, a big mystery. Until 1997, the government refused to even acknowledge that it existed. That is, until they were forced to by lawsuit. That lawsuit was about the death of 2 men who were former employees. And how did they die? Well, not aliens, but rather toxic fumes from burning garbage. Yeah, so what they would do is burn a whole bunch of cool, high-tech refuse on the lot, let the deadly smoke blow downwind, and the staff was stuck breathing it in. A few years later, bing, bing, bong, cancer. Other than that, the public hasn't really been told anything. So all people can do is speculate as to what the hell is going on in there.
Nebyla o tom epizoda Akt X? Ne, Akta X definitivně neměli za celou svoji historii epizodu o oblasti 51 a už vůbec ne o mimozemšťanech. Si pleteš, to je úplně jiný seriál.
Remnants of a UFO there.
We don't know if it's aliens, we don't know if it's time travel, we don't know if there's minions in there.
Virtual reality that seems so incredibly sexy.
But what has been leaked is that they do test flights on new alien craft. Motherfucker, don't you tease me. Come on. Produce new alien tech. Breed the latest version of the newest, gayest frog. Do not get it confused with Roswell. That's over here. Area 51's over here. And the final thing that we know is that security is top notch. They have that thing locked down. So, you want to break in anyway. Okay, but it's going to require some research. And the first thing to find out, has anyone ever tried breaking in before? Yes, several times. In fact, in January of 2019, an unnamed man broke through security barriers and drove 8 miles into the base. He got out of his car with a metal cylinder in his hands, and the military opened fire. He was shot dead at the scene. And there was this time when a film crew from the BBC was arrested for trying to get in.
This is BBC News.
This time when a vacationing family of 4 went off track. You get the idea. They're not messing around.
Put your fucking hands up. I'm not going to tell you again.
But there's one story to top them all. And Will disguise his identity, but he is my personal hero. The month is November. The location, Las Vegas. And the protagonist, a professional limo driver. Now, he's more than a little unhinged. He decides to start harassing and sending death threats to a lawyer, whom we think was going to represent his defense for this incident. If you've ever seen this TikTok, that's our boy doing donuts and driving backwards down the Las Vegas Strip. Anyway, fast forward 3 weeks. It's like 6 in the morning and this guy is already doing donuts at a car park near the airport. Then he decides to drive from the car park into the airport itself. Offense? No problem. He drives right through it and onto the runway. He's just driving around, whizzing between planes, almost crashing several times, before eventually parking on a ramp. At this point, he jumps out, puts on a clown mask, and storms right up to a private jet. He announces, aggressively, to the flight staff that there is a bomb in his limo. Quote, "I have a fucking bomb. I'm going to blow this place up." His plan? To commandeer this private jet and take it to area...
Kámo, tohle je doslova GTA 5 heist v reálném životě. Reálně Rockstar developeři si to doslova píšou tuhle sračku, aby to dropnuli v dalším updateu.
51. However, as sound as this plan was, the quick response by police meant that it wasn't really working out. So, he bails back to his limo, tries to make an escape, until eventually police catch up with him. At that point, he is quickly arrested. They take him in for questioning, and he starts telling them, "That's right, I did it to see the aliens." He also told them to refer to him as the Chosen One.
Je tohle z toho tuhle reference? O můj bože. O můj bože, ten sápek, co tady dropal takovýhle driftíčky. To byl určitě ten, co se sjel před tou Areou 51, ale zapomněl, co mu mimozemšťani řekli a pak posral postel.
And by the way, I have high security clearance. Also, I'm involved with the mob. And someone owes me millions of dollars.
Okay, aber jak to už není
Later on, the bomb defusal crew checks out the limo and determines that it's just a fire extinguisher with a bunch of wires and duct tape and some fairy lights. Now, at some point, he gets out, presumably on bail, and CNN reporters walk up to him and start asking him questions. No statements from me, he says, but you should talk to my lawyer. And then he proceeds to hand them the business card of the lawyer that he's been sending death threats to for the last 3 weeks. Amazing.
Děláme malé zlobření právnické.
Sent to a mental hospital for assessment.
Dostal se do asylum.
Ooh, how convenient.
Okay, so people have really died trying to do this.
To se stalo Forsenovi akorát ve Švédsku.
That means we're going to have to be a little more covert. So over at Area 51 HQ, the military can see that Facebook numbers have reached 1 million. And it doesn't take a genius to calculate that even if just 1% of them show up, that's... Wait a minute. Run those numbers.
To jsem já, když počítám DPH.
This many people. In a crowd that big, there's bound to be at least a few who'll do something stupid. In fact, the military took it so serial that they even went over the nuances of Naruto running.
Nah. Nah, 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 nah. Ne. Neříkej mi, že v Are 51 Ekšu měla armáda prostě sezení, kde v PowerPoint prezentaci vysvětlujou, co je Naruto run. Já bych chtěl být americký daňový poplatník.
This is a real slide, by the way, and it required a real demonstration, of course. Now, some undercover operative then took a photo of that brief. Of course. Now, some undercover operative then took a photo of that brief.
Kámo, tohle je prostě armáda, která jako jediná použila ty vole atomovou bombu na další národ, by the way. Já to mrdám.
They intend to use our tactics against us.
All right. So if the military decides to do this, things could go pretty badly for Matthew. So Matthew goes back to his mind palace.
Think.
Let's not keep saying it's a raid. Instead, let's do a music festival. This will give Matthew an alibi and throw authorities off the scent.
I'm willing to music festival. For the government, let's do
Přesně, on to zahrál na klasickou.
Here it is.
Fire Festival.
2019.
Ty vole, Aliens Talk, ještě do toho dej akcie. Kdyby tehdy už ty vole bylo krypto velký, ale ne tolik jako teď s těma shitcoinama, tak ještě mohl dělat shitcoin. Area 51 coin.
Area 51. It has 50 total residents and practically no infrastructure. Perfect. Yeah, nice try, fellas, said the military. And the captains and the generals all started planning their own EDM party. With the deep state. 3 groups in particular. Introducing Group E, the E local state police. Police have their work cut out for them because, owing to this party, they think there could be upwards of 50,000 people descending upon the little town of Rachel.
Lincoln County commissioners trying to tackle the tough task of preparing for a potential inundation of people, and Sheriff Kerry Lee has less than 30 deputies.
The county declares a state of emergency, and they allocate an extra $250,000 worth of enforcement for the weekend of the raid, as well as an extra 300 police officers and paramedics.
That many people
Jako,
stress the community.
tohle se zdá jako hodně peněz, než si uvědomíš, že v Americe máš 200 000 doslova za jednu jízdu s sanitkou a tak jako 2 dny na jednotce intenzivní péče, takže...
To the point that we can't cope with it.
This is some of the most exciting stuff that I've ever gotten to work on. And
Hold on, Mark. Group D, the defense.
I'm gonna take out my gun and shoot somebody.
The FBI agents that showed up at the show at 10 a.m. They contacted my mom, and you're like, so she texted me, she's like, FBI's here, answer your phone. So, because I was kind of scared at this point, but...
This report from the Nevada Department of Public Safety was released last year, and it features some very interesting details. For example, they caught a group of YouTubers trying to plant a tracker on the bus that goes to and from the
Doslova,
base.
ten cápek je do konce svého života na federálním seznamu.
And you may not be that surprised to hear that the military isn't actually that worried about people breaking into the base. Turns out, they have automated weapons. Not automatic weapons. Automated, whatever that is. No, instead, they think there's potential that real terrorists will, do the thing, or a thing. So, counterterrorism was given a budget to sweep for chemical, biological, radiological, and explosive material. Although, nothing was found. And there's just one last group getting involved as well. The corporate press. Disinformation agents in the mainstream media were getting involved. They immediately started warning people not to raid.
Ceny za lékařské služby jsou nastřelený z dobrýho důvodu, protože když jsi pojištěný v Americe, jak se s tou nemocnicí jádá pojišťovna, že tolik nedáme, dáme vám 30%, ty jako běžný občan bez pojištění to neděláš. To je extrémní zjednodušení a jsou tam nastřelený i s pojišťovnou a i s pojišťovnou musíš platit určitou část a když tam jsou tak kurevsky nastřelený, tak i ta malá část, kterou pojišťovna nehradí, třeba těch 10-20%, tak je to reálně zrujnuje. 60% Američanů za posledních 5 let šli do bankrotu kvůli zdravotním nákladům.
Lethal force authorized.
Spouting contempt for the stormers.
What started as a joke Facebook event quickly turned into a phenomenon reaching millions.
Well, it began as a joke, but now it's
the US
Air
Force
It's done now.
Astroturfing campaigns by late night haha men number 1 through 7.
It's much more likely they'll see them tasers.
Laugh it all up. It's just a big joke.
Who say they're interested just keeps growing. Faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens.
And they weren't afraid to give some of the biggest, brainest takes you've ever heard.
It's not clear the 1.1 million Facebook followers who said they are going to storm Area 51 are real and not Russian bots.
Ne asi. Ty jsou to ruský botové. Definitivně nemají prsty ve zvolení Trumpa nebo něco takového. Ne. Ty zatracený rudý svině chtějí definitivně do Area 51. Ty vole, nejlepší je, že teď Amerika konečně ty vole může říct, že jsme si jistí, že to fakt jsou Rusáci. Takový dar z nebes ty vole pro ně. Vyloženě. Lidi kvůli zlomeninám nechodí do nemocnice a mají skloubenou ruku. No, tak jako hele, víš co, ono jako je otázka, jestli zdravotnictví ty vole opravdu funguje tak, jak má a je dostupný pro všechny. Když v Americe vlastně jakoby za zavolání sanitky, i v případě, že ty nevíš, jo, si prostě ta cesta sanitkou je 2-3 tisíce dolarů. to máš prostě 60 000 korun. To je si vůbec si zavolal tu sanitku, ať už byla nebo nebyla potřeba. Jo. Vem si, že by to bylo v Česku. Představ si, že tvůj kámoš, kdybychom to snížili v Česku třeba ty vole na 20 táců, že jo. A 20 000, jo. Tak ty vole, ožere se ti kámoš na party, na rozlučce, ty vole, prostě ve škole nebo něco, všem je vám tam 18, ty vole, jeden cápek je ožralej a ty nevíš prostě, jestli dejchá, nedejchá, tak mu prostě jako zavoláš, ty vole, jo, zavoláš prostě, ty vole, tu sanitku a ten kámoš se prostě jako pak probere, řekne, že mu nic není, ale ty vole, bude tam účet 20 000 pro prostě 2 studenty, který se musí zaplatit, nebo to zatáhnout jejich rodiče. Ty vole, to jako v moment, kdy u nás to je jednoduchý, u nás prostě cokoliv se děje, tak prostě tu sanitku zavoláš tečka. U nás volají borci prostě jako sanitku na úplný píčoviny dost často, jo. Ale prostě ta sanitka vyjede a ty jako berou to vážně. A lidi tady u nás neřešejí, kolik mě to bude stát, když se bojím o svůj život nebo o život někoho svého blízkého. Jo. Ale v té Americe, když jsi v situaci, kdy ty, než ty vole, řešíš, jestli ten člověk reálně umře nebo neumře, tak řešíš ty vole, jestli ho to bude stát ty vole $3000 a jestli to zvládne jako uplatit. Do píči, ty vole. To jakou hodnotu potom jako lidskému životu přikládáš, jo, rozumíš mi? Výjezd sanitky u nás v Česku je počítaný na 15 až 30 000, ano, ale neplatíš ho, pokud ti něco doopravdy je. V případě samozřejmě ty vole, že jsi prank caller, tak by ti to definitivně měli naúčtovat.
Fine.
U nás to máš krytý s pojištěním, že jo? 15 až 30K, reálně tak 3K. Gameboy, jakoby, hele, víš, že jakoby v té sanitce musí sedět 2 borci, nebo minimálně 2 borci s kompletní výbavou, ta sanitka něco žere a ty borci tam jsou non-stop a mají trošičku větší vzdělání, dosažený pravděpodobně než ty. Takže opravdu to reálně 3 nejsou, jo. Ty by si naúčtoval 3, ale ty vole, ty máš možná tak na to, aby si řídil Uber v Ústí, rozumíš mi? Jo, jakoby, to je ten rozdíl v tomhle tom. V té Americe to je nastřelný jako prase, ale tam je kurva úplně, tam je prostě to... Jeden výjezd netrvá 12 hodin. Gameboy, hele, dobrý. V pohodě.
And speaking of that, I think it's time for my workout.
And so the raiders began training.
We train for Area 51, so let's go. Sandwich.
They began pushing their bodies.
Go on, make it happen.
Pushing their will. Pushing their spirits. Pushing their minds. Pushing their friends and families' patience to the limit.
Who wants to come with me to kick some alien butt? In September, join me. We out.
And that's what fitness will be like in the metaverse.
Prosím, Zaku, prosím.
As we zero in on the day of the raid, the count is up to 2 million attendees, and that puts us on par with the world's largest standing army. So to coordinate all of these troops, we'll need a battle strategy.
Lay it on us.
From r/memes, intel was being filtered down to the troops. Groups such as the Minecraft YouTubers, the Normans, the Weebs, Facebook the Tiles, the Chads, the Crackheads.
Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
Florida Man, the Australians, the gay Reddit mods.
Okay, this thread is locked.
And the
Tenhle ten mod. Do píči, ty vole. Prostě vrchní moderátor, ty vole, Ardisovýho nejoblíbenějšího subredditu. R/anti-work. Zcela jistě se nic nestane, když půjdu. Proti absolutně vyškolenýmu seasoned veteránovi z Fox News. Zcela jistě mě nerozseká do sraček. Mondíček, ale tak ty vole, já chápu, že jsi anti-work, ale jaké jsou tvoje kvalifikace ve 30, jaká je tvoje práce? Capek přijde nemitej, ty vole, prostě vypadá, jak kdyby měl pozbíraný všechny ty vole vydání Naruta a venčí psa, ty vole, 2krát týdně. Jistě. No. Jsem dostal strašnou bídu, kurva.
they all had their role to play. So, Godzilla comes in from the east while the Australians make a distraction that allows the Minion cosplayers to breach from the south. Of course, these very serious strategies would have to be disguised as memes so that they could be spread across YouTube, Reddit, and TikTok without the threat of being... Although, not everyone was as tech-savvy. Authorities managed to nab one of the main cartographers, and they pressured him into an interview on the television.
It took me a total of 5 minutes to put this image together. It was sort of like a battle strategy.
Prostě cápek ve zprávách, který doslova nakreslil plánek z Google Maps v malování, kde to akorát rozstřídil na Naruto runnery, Kyleové, co pijou Monster Energy a borci, co přijdou házet kameny.
Almost.
It was completely rooted in satire.
That was just completely rooted in satire.
And no one should worry, this is just completely a joke.
And completely just a joke.
Mission counting sheeple complete. You can take them out. Okay, so remember how we're not raiding anymore and it's just a music festival? Wink, 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 wink. Well, bad news.
Okay, so it sounds like maybe you're looking at changing venues. Possibly.
Possibly.
It's all up in the air. We're putting Maddie on the spot here.
There's a lot of challenges, so.
But it's 2 weeks away, so. It's kind of got to figure it out, I guess, somewhat soon, right?
Yeah, it's all kind of falling apart.
To, co je do píči. V tom chatu ve 2 ráno. Takhle jsem jednou nakreslil podle Google Maps našemu starostovi, kde by mohlo být parkoviště na sídlišti a o 2 roky později ho udělali. Já tak miluju ty vole chat ve 2 ráno.
See, Matthew had organized alien stock with a few other people, but his main business partner was Connie West.
I didn't plan it. It planned me.
Ty pičo, tak to je mega speech.
His name is attached to everything. And he's starting to get worried about a fire festival type situation in the desert.
Be a Firefest 2.0.
He wanted to make sure there's plenty of water, food, security, insurance, etc., etc. And here, deals and communications start to break down. Eventually, there's a lawsuit and it's kind of boring.
Things that they were supposed to pay for, I'm stuck paying for.
Who cares?
No jistě, nakonec je dohnalo communication, potom je zase jiný tool song.
Connie said,
I don't have to prove to you what I spent. You didn't sign a fucking contract with me to begin with. So guess what? I don't need to prove to you a motherfucking thing.
And Matthew then took $70,000 worth of sponsorship money and declared alien stock in Rachel cancelled. But then, at the same time, Bud Light walks in.
Proč Agrael spíše, počkej, on znova sleduje Fire Festival video, jakože to stejný. Ano, Agrael si to je video o hudebním festivalu. Takhle jednoduchý bylo ošálit ty securitáky z té oblasti.
They say, hey, why not do it here? In the Vegas. It has plenty of lighting, indoor plumbing, it has everything. Matthew said yes.
Ty vole, oni prostě reálně to sfalšovali, že to má všechno, co má správně festiák mít. Stejně jako Fire Festival.
Welcome to Alien Stock Las Vegas, sponsored by Bud Light. And also Pornhub, but it's a long story. Connie was left to pick up the pieces. However, she would not be discouraged so easily. She decided to press on.
It's going to be a great party.
Je to sponzorovat Joe Rogan, ty vole.
She had to take full control of the event in Rachel, dipping into her savings and even mortgaging her home.
I'm working out of my own pocket.
I think this is a liability. I'm out.
So is it clear what's going on? It's worth doing a very fast recap because there's an event in Rachel that's been declared cancelled but also not cancelled. Also, I forgot to mention there's an event in Hiko that isn't cancelled but it will be on the second day. There's also that third festival in Las Vegas which has the former promoter of the first one and they both share the same damn name. And none of this has anything to do with the actual raid on Area 51, which is here, which has several gated entrances by the way, and none of them have been declared the official gathering point. Confused? Yeah, pretty much everyone was. It's a goddamn mess. People rightfully put the whole thing in...
Aspoň to nebylo promovaný jako luxusní dovolená za $10,000, kam musíš letět a doopravdy tam ty lidi nechali odletět.
The too hard basket, and instead of going to one in the middle of nowhere, just went to the one in Vegas. Let's fast forward. to the weekend of the raid. For better or worse, Rachel is about to open its doors to the millennials.
Něco sponzorovat Raid Shadow Legends. Jako, kámo, jaká jiná hra má sponzorovat Raid?
Don't let the aliens get you, Ken. Do you believe in aliens? I don't. Run! Get out of here!
Oh, you know, I want to hear about the alien liberal agenda. They could have some good talking points. We don't know.
Přesně, zatracený liberálové. Přišel jsem na politickou diskuzi.
It could be anything stuff, but it's alien stuff. How do you see walking with that shirt up over your head like that? I don't. And the first ones are supposed to be always, the best ones.
Paranormal lawyer, PhD level field investigator.
Stuff in downtown Las Vegas. Did they change the name, or is it still alien stock?
I think I'm on my highest high I've ever been in my life. Look at it.
And we are taking a look kind of the area here. You've done a lot of work in a very short period of time.
The security's here, the medical's here, the food is here, the people are here. And most importantly, toilets are here.
Přesně, kámo, doslova Fire Festival potřeboval jednu takovouhle ženskou. Asi -100.
Well, it wasn't quite
money
the
hungry,
they had hoped for,
kravaťáků.
but they did do a commendable job of acting retarded for the news.
This is the most fun I've ever had in my life.
You think of yourself as being around?
I do.
Here for scientific reasons.
This is like the most millennial thing that's ever happened.
Tohle Naruto kostým jsem měl taky.
Let's forget Hiko, or the Heiko. No one knows how to pronounce it. This event was being hosted by George Harris of the Alien Research Center.
The owner of the center is Las Vegas businessman George Harris, creator of Alien Tequila.
If you want to have fun, if you want to have a great
Píčo měli pozvat toho Dana Aykroyda z Kroditelé duchů. Ten má tu svoji mimozemskou vodku.
For some reason.
I was told there's a lot of people coming.
Well, right now things are kind of slow at the Heiko event here, so that's kind of a disappointment.
Now, Heiko Base Camp was expecting somewhere between 1,000 and 20,000 attendees. It's quite a range.
Maybe 50 people here. Clapping some alien cheeks.
Yeah, but no cheeks are clapped
where's
at
the
all.
cheeks?
None.
Where's
Zero
the cheeks?
This is like the first of a big thing.
But it wasn't. In fact, it seems as though the majority of the attendees were actually the press.
One lady believes that her parents is actually alien.
So, after the first night, they decided to cut their losses and cancelled the whole event.
You know, the producers of the show, it's very, very, very expensive. And it just didn't make sense.
Because basically all of the attendees were stolen by...
Alien Stock 2019!
We're gonna go after...
Ještě, že tam gymovali na téhle ty mimozemský bangry a zrovna nebyl v tom hotelu naproti nějaký borec, který by se později objevil v Eminemově klipu.
Rachel, and then we decided that we didn't want to get stuck in the desert. As much as I like Mad Max, I don't want to live it.
The Las Vegas Alien Stock, sponsored by Bud Light, was a smash hit. They've got carnival rides, photo ops, video games, and even a pool. No running.
Who could have predicted this? You make a post at 2 a.m. on a page that has 62 likes, and now you have thousands of people that are ready to come out to your show. It's absolutely amazing.
Back at military HQ in Anne Orlando, operations were ramping up. They're adding more guards, upping the security, and enforcing a no-fly zone across the county. They were even infiltrating raider groups.
You could be standing next to an officer and not even know it. There's like a undercover presence here.
And they were giving stern warnings from the PR team. They posted this tweet. The last thing millennials will see if they attempt to raid Area 51.
Ne asi ty vole, vládní Twitter account, když se snaží mýmovat, zatracený mileniálové, definitivně ty vole, to nesdíleli hlavně zoomeři.
Sorry to disappoint you, Yugi. Huh? You triggered my trap card!
Millennials immediately seized upon the tweet, doing what they do best by pretending to be offended, but successfully having the tweet taken down and forcing a public apology.
I'm retarded.
Alright, this video is getting very long. Let's hurry up to the main event. The raid.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah.
skurvený Enrlondo. Bude to metal cover Naruta pro všechny naše metal cover enjoyery.
Smoking these meats. Good for you.
Ty píčo! Limuzína Guy je zpátky. War crime, ty vole, však mluví japonsky, tak to je v pohodě. Se od nich tak trošku čeká skoro.
Thank you for saving us. We are so grateful and horny. And yes, we wish to be your big titty goth alien GFs.
Oh my god! Legendary loot.
It wasn't quite like that, but it was pretty close to something like that. Although I guess you could say that only a small group showed up to the main gates themselves.
Well, 1 million people.
Of over 2 million people, in total only about 200 actually went. But it's not about the quantity, it's the quality that counts.
Nice outfit. Now throw him over!
People mostly behaved themselves.
I mean, I think it's awesome. You guys are following the laws, following directions, so.
But they weren't about to leave without a consolation prize. Get some of the Area 51 soil. Top secret rock. Top secret rock.
Where are they?
You can have it. It's from Area 51.
Thank you.
Okay.
Also present at the raid were a few YouTubers.
So I came here to get myself an alien as a pet.
We're here to rescue the aliens!
It's like Halloween, but we're just annoying people.
Are you guys gamers? Playing games? No? You watch anime?
Yeah, so you got the rebellious youth, and then you got people trying to lure E.T. into a cage with Reese's Pieces and stuff. That's a pretty good summary of the crowd that you have out here this weekend.
But respect to the true heroes. Security. For keeping everyone... just kidding. It's the guys who got underneath this fence. God bless them.
Oh my god, on měl tu čepku, co měl Logan Paul, co jsem koupil Radovanovi.
Cameraman, who's
Takže Flygun poslední dobou končí tak brzo ty streamy. Jsem kurva Flygun, pošli mu Dono a zeptej se ho do píči, nebo se ho zeptej, mají v chatu jebe.
Raided the base.
Přesně rád, děláte, jak bychom žili v nějakým ty vole velkým streamer houseu, že já tady můžu jít ty vole do obýváku a zeptat se ho. A i kdyby jo, tak jako kurva zdvihnu se a udělám to pro každýho pleboše.
She's going home. She gets charged for trespassing and receives a $1,000 fine.
Ouch.
But soon it was time to wrap up.
The storm is over.
Because everyone's mums were there to pick them up. And if they were late again, there would be big trouble.
Good night, everyone. Yeah, I'm going to sleep now.
Ty vole -1K, ale tak víš co, jakoby furt levnější, než kdyby tam jela sanitkou.
Psych,
it's not over.
There's one more thing that I want to tell you about today.
Because storming Area 51 would go on to inspire a plethora of other events. The storming of Loch Ness. That thing can't hide from all of us.
We think we have seen it.
What did it look like?
It looks like a big stone.
To mi připomíná, jak borci ty vole založili na první Mad Monk Party, že jí stormnou, když tam byl ožralej opat. A myslím, že se tam nikdo nedostal. Ale na tu poslední Mad Monk Party, tak pár z vás se dostalo, protože ta security tam ty vole byla prakticky jako non-existent. Tam bylo slíbeno, že tam bude security, VIPčko, všechno tohle a reálně, jakoby po 10. doslova ten hlavní vchod v centru Prahy s velkým červeným kobercem do toho Real teátru, tam nikdo nebyl. Po 10. Fakt nikdo. Tam máme přišli prostě borci, co to samozřejmě našli, protože věděli ty vole, kde to je. Jaký to. A normálně tam prostě, normálně doslova tam přišli. To jsem byl já? Ne, asi Darkun. Normálně tam přišli. Tečka.
I am under the water. Please help me.
Or how about storm the Vatican? They can't molest us all. Interesting twist on that one, though. Someone cancelled the event.
Já jsem byl ve Vatikánu.
But overall, everyone had a pretty good time.
A dokonce na mě nikdo nesahal.
Isn't that what Area 51 was really built for? It's something like that, you know what I mean? I haven't quite... But now, remember when I said that we were going to do shorter videos and also more frequently? Looks like you fell for it. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. See you in the next one in 2 years.
Lol.
Or check out the incognito mode channel. That has a lot more upload. Goodbye.
Uvidíme se, pane Internet Historian, až vyjde Starfield na konci roku, tak určitě bude epické video. O Starfieldu. Nebudu mluvit o politice, po 5 pivech. Ty já nikdy nezapomenu na to. Jak jsem jednou řekl Radovanovi, že ho vyzvednu a že pojedeme do kina na Bohemian Rhapsody. A že ho vyzvednu v hospodě a že pojedeme tágošem, ne? A já jsem vstoupil do té hospody a Radovan byl náhnutý přes stůl a držel za límec prostě borce, který mu fakt jako bylo třeba 70. A normálně na něj říkal: ty vole! Ty to nechápeš, komouši jsou prostě absolutní zlo, mě je z tebe zlé, rozumíš tomu?